Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So today I wanted to go ahead and make a little review about the Microsoft Sidewinder Gamepad. So I've been looking at some other gamepads for old computers like this, Windows 98, and yeah, I figured Microsoft Sidewinder. It's a brand I'm not familiar with. I think Sidewinder's long since gone. I mean, I haven't heard of it in years, but still, I mean, it's Microsoft, and this is right around the time of the original Xbox. So it's kind of fun to look at it and see what it's like. So let's see, look at the back real quick. Let's see. This is the Sidewinder Gamepad, FCC ID, some other things like that. One interesting thing about this controller, and I found this when I was cleaning it out, is that if you pop off this cover here, hang on a second. Underneath this cover, there is another game port. So, on a side note, this controller does use game port. So, unlike on the back of your sound card or something else like that, this is not like USB, so you have to definitely have an older computer in order to make use of this. If your sound card is old enough, you'll have something like this on it. But I noticed it while I was taking apart the controller, and I'm like, huh, well, that's weird. It's kind of hidden. Well, yeah, it turns out there's a cover for it. I didn't see it the first time. And yeah, I'm assuming that this is to connect another controller to, so you can basically do a two-player and so on and so forth. So that's kind of a cool feature, because I mean, otherwise, I mean, most sound cards and computers of this age in general only come with one game port. So this is actually really handy to connect multiple controllers. So what do I think about the controller as a whole? So first off, hang on a sec. There we go, sorry. So first off, the trigger buttons. Unlike the later controllers, like a 360 for instance, this is not very tactile. It's more like a button, whereas the older ones have a lot more, something like the 360 has a more of a spring to it, but this is of course much newer, so I'm sure back then this is pretty much what they had. And it's still pretty nice though, it's pretty tactile. Or not really tactile, but how can I say, kind of like responsive, like, it definitely feels nice. And then you have a layout here. This kind of reminds me of like a Sega Saturn controller, almost. You have this button down here, which I think is for mode. Actually, no, maybe it might have to do with the mode button here, which turns the controller on and off. It almost is like the analog button on a PlayStation controller or DualShock controller. You have a start, and yeah, the only thing I don't like about this controller, which is really, really weird, is a D-pad. So hang on. On a traditional controller, you'll have a D-pad like this. See, this is like a Gravis gamepad controller, which runs off USB. This, pretty typical D-pad. But this thing here, as you can see, I mean, I guess you're supposed to put your finger or your thumb in the middle. I guess you're not supposed to go like that. That doesn't seem right, but I guess you can still do that. You have to do it like this. To me, I don't really like that. It just feels really weird. So I don't know. It's a really strange design. It's like they took a blob of plastic and kind of molded out the general areas where your thumb would go. It's not bad, but it's really kind of strange though. So that's where I'd recommend, if you're gonna play like a 2D game, maybe use something like this. To grab this gamepad or something else. So let's go ahead and start up a game here, Asteroids. I'm actually going to show you two games. I'm going to try to show you two games. First off is Asteroids. Secondly is going to be Croc, which is a 3D game. If Croc works on my computer, it's been kind of picky recently. So, yep, this is the Windows 95-98 version of Asteroids. Hang on a second. Skip the intro. I don't want to see the intro. You guys aren't here to see the intro. You're here to see the controller. This is a cool game, though. There we go. By the way, sorry if this computer's a bit noisy. This is real quick, I'll just show you. This is a Pentium 2 computer. I put the 3DFX sticker on there because it has a Voodoo 3 in it right now, but I'm kind of hemming and hawing about pretty neat. So I'm gonna run in hardware mode because I do have a Voodoo card in here. I should be able to take full advantage of that. There we go, single player. We'll just go to new game, normal. So, using a controller right now because my keyboard is over there. Actually, hang on a second, sorry. Just to make things a little bit better for you to see, hopefully. I'm gonna go with this. Go with this one right here. So for this game in Croc, please excuse the fact that my playing here is going to be very poor because again I'm filming in one hand and I'm trying to play the game with the other hand. I do not have a tripod. I do not have another cameraman here with me right now. So yeah, I'm doing the best that I can. Here's a controller. You can kind of see that. Happy hunting. Actually, you know what? For Croc, I'm actually gonna turn the light back on. This isn't helping much, and be able to see how me using a controller, get kind of an idea of that. I'm only gonna play for a second here, just kind of illustrate the point. This game takes kind of a little while to get to the point. There we go. Kind of see my ship here. Actually, wait, where is my ship? There he is. You can kind of see that. Sorry. Should I try and go? Oh, it's a big asteroid. Ship regenerating. I'm assuming you have to hit that one multiple times for it to explode. A huge asteroid. Yeah, there we go. Cool. So Microsoft Sidewinder gamepads, by the way, are pretty cheap to get online. I think I got mine for $10. And I think they come in a variety of USB and game port, but don't quote me on that. I know game port, but I think they come in USB too, also. So, level 2. Okay, I'll come back to you and have Croc loaded up. Okay, and here we are back in Croc, now Croc Legend of the Gobbos. This game is actually giving me quite a heck of a time getting it working under both the Voodoo 2 and Voodoo 3. I guess there's something to do with, the glide file was being outdated or something, I don't know. And hey, actually I didn't even realize it started up this fast. Yeah, Croc is kind of an awkward game to play, truthfully, so probably don't expect me to do very much here. But Croc is a very underrated game. I'm being honest, Croc and Croc 2 are very underrated. Actually, I grew up with Croc 2, and I played Croc 1 on a demo disc growing up, so... Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't even filming the screen. Sorry about that. I'm sorry. So, anyway. So yeah, it's... Croc is a very underrated game, though. Again, it gets a lot of flack, and the controls are very awkward, but... it still isn't too bad, though. And again, playing this with a D-pad, I mean, it's hard to say right now, especially because I'm filming, but... it's okay, I guess. Like, I'd still prefer the Sidewinder, or not the Sidewinder, the Gravis controller I was just looking at, because, that has more of a proper D-pad. It's really kind of funny, because again, you would think Microsoft brand, that's kind of what you want to go with, but, I don't know, maybe not so. I mean, Xbox, when you think about it, Xbox controllers have never been really known for having great D-pads either. So, I guess I can't say I'm surprised that brand of their controllers would have kind of a different D-pad. So yeah, that is the Microsoft Sidewinder controller. I mean, would I recommend it for Modern day stuff, I mean, no, not really, because truthfully, I mean, what are you going to use it for on a new computer? I mean, even if you get a USB version or you have a gamepad or sorry, a game port, what are you going to use it for? I mean, there's so many other controllers I can recommend if you're going to do a newer thing. As for like a retro kind of controller though, for Windows 98 and that kind of era of games, it's not bad. It's not bad at all, by the way. I'm messing with a clock here. It's not bad for older stuff. But you kind of have to decide, though, is it worth it? Or would you rather go with something like this, the Gravis Gamepad, which is a really, really solid controller, and a big selling point, the D-pad. I mean, sure, you can't really daisy chain these together, but this is only USB, so really you probably have many USB ports on your computer. All of this will work, on a modern computer because it's USB. This might have trouble if you're running the game port version. So, I mean, overall though, for being a $10 controller, an old Microsoft controller, it's kind of an interesting look at something Microsoft was doing back in the day. By the way, I took this apart and cleaned it just so I made sure it's working correctly before I made an official kind of review on it. But yeah, I mean, if you want an old controller like this for $10, it's not bad. It's not a bad choice at all. So thanks for watching. If you want to see more like this, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now, everyone.